Hello everyone, my name is Tin, and today I will present solving Apple's geopolitics and economic business challenges. This presentation explains how US and China tensions affect Apple's supply chains, costs, and long-term competitiveness. I will identify the key problems, discuss the possible solutions, and pitch the strongest strategies. So, First of all, this presentation has six parts: introduction and context, problem identifications, proposed solutions, solution, solution comparison, and pitch solutions. And the last one is conclusions. First of all, I will explain the Apple supply chain exposures, then analyze the political economic risk before recommending the smart solutions for Apple future resilience. So, Apple's is a global technologies company known for products such as iPhone, iPad, and MacBook. And however, Apple relies heavily on China's by manufacturing, with over 90% of Apple productions located in China through the suppliers such as Foxconn and Pegatron. This creates supply chain vulnerability if they have a tariff, trade restrictions, lockdown, or political conflicts. Apple's whole production network can be affected. Yep. Therefore, geopolitics is no longer just a background issues. It is directly affect Apple productions, private pricings, and ability to meet global demand. Apple is facing two connected problems: political risk and economic risk. Politically, US and China tensions have caused tariff, trade restrictions, and pressure to reduce dependence on China. This pushed Apple to move some production to countries such as India and Vietnam. Economically, Apple facing rising labor costs, inflation, and weaker consumer purchasing power. This increase costs while making customers more cautious about buying premium products. Overall, geopolitical tensions are disrupting Apple supply chains, increasing operational costs, and threatening profitability and competitiveness. So, I developed three solution hypotheses. First of all is geographic diversification. Is Apple need to expand manufacturing in India and Vietnam to reduce the dependence on China. Secondly is AI and automations. Apple should invest in AI's logistic and factory automations to improve efficiencies and reduce long-term costs. Thirdly, service expansions. Apple should grow service just like iCloud, Apple Pay, and then Apple Store to reduce the reliance on hardware sales. Yep, and after comparing three solutions, the strongest option in combined strategies is geographic diversifications and AI investment. Diversification reduces Apple dependence on China and spread the production risk across more countries. However, new production sites may be less efficient at the first time, and automations can help solve this by improving logistics, reduce waste, and lower long-term operational costs. Yep, and the recommended smart strategies is to shift 30% of Apple manufacturing to India and Vietnam while introducing AI logistics system between 2026 and 2030. It is specific because it clearly defines the actions, and it is measurable because China manufacturing shares would reduce around 90% to 60%, and is it achievable because Apple already operates in India and Vietnam. It is relevant because it directly responds to geopolitics and cost pressures. And the last one is it is time-bound because it's have a 5-year implementation period. And yep, the strategies have three main benefits about the financially, it reduces tariff exposure and long-term operational risk. The strategically, it improves the flexibility because Apple would not depend too heavily on one country. Sustainability is to support better sourcing practice and reduce environmental and geopolitical concentration risk. Overall, this solution helps Apple be stronger and more future ready for supply chains. Yep, in conclusions, geopolitics is a major challenge for Apple's US and China tension, tariff, rising costs, and weaker consumer spending are affecting Apple's supply chains and profitability. The best solution to combine chain diversification and AI automations. These strategies reduce the dependence on China, improve efficiencies, and strengthen Apple's for long term competitiveness. Thank you for listening.